Hi everyone, welcome. It's Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, so it's time for Stampin' with Denise. I am so glad you joined me tonight. I have another card to share with you tonight. While we are waiting for everyone to find me, little housekeeping business. You know how much I love it when you like and share my videos. So when you share my video, please comment share down in the comments and you'll get a chance to win the project I'm working on tonight. Last week I made this gorgeous birthday card, and it because she shared my video, Alexandria Wright won this card, so I will be getting this out to you very soon, Alexandria. Thank you so much for sharing. I really do appreciate it. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel and then hit the little bell and you'll be notified of when I upload a new video. I upload a new video most Monday nights. Okay, so that being said, I'm going to change the view of my camera down to my hands and we will get started. I have a fun fold to share with you tonight. Okay, so this is what I'm going to share with you. I just love this because it's different and there's a lot of versatility in this layout. Now, being transparent, this is a card I made a while ago, and the base is using Just Jade, which recently retired. And I use two products that are retiring very shortly. The first are these adhesive-backed hexagons. Last time I looked, they were still in the store, but they were discounted. And I just think black and the Blushing Bride and the Just Jade, I just think that those are great colors. And the other thing, the designer series paper I used was the Abstract Beauty. That's also retiring, and last time I checked, it was available. So if those are something you want, you should get those soon. And you can go to my store, denisewill.stampinup.net, and when you check out, use this host code. If your order is over $50 before shipping and tax, I will send you a free gift. Okay, so I wanted to get that clarified so that there wasn't any misunderstanding, but this color designer or cardstock is retired. Okay, but I'm going to show you how to make it. And like I said last week, I'm getting short on birthday cards, so we are going to be making the one I make is going to be a birthday card. But you know, really you could use any sentiment you want. But I'm going to use this stamp set, The Biggest Wish. It's one of my favorites. I think I've used it before in a video. And I just, I think it's versatile. And this is one I will keep for a long, long time. So and it is still in the new catalog. So it's not going anywhere for at least another 11 months or so. The designer series paper I don't have a full pack of it, but I have some 6x6 samples. This is called Awash in Beauty. And I have ordered this. Mine just hasn't come. So this is the paper I'm going to be using on tonight's card. The colors in this designer series paper are Balmy Blue, Blushing Bride, Calypso Coral, Granny Apple Green, Merry Merlot, Mossy Meadow, Polished Pink, and So Saffron. And I like this particularly because on the 12 by 12 sheets, you have this design here, and then you have it on the top. So really, you know, you cut it in half and you'll get, this is an easy card in the making, okay? So the back side is this fun pink plaid. I like these flowers. The back of that. I like this blue for this plant. I don't know exactly what it's called, but I think it's very striking. There's the back of that. Some much smaller flowers. the blue on the back of that. Here's a lot of the Merlot with a dark background or flip side. And this is the piece of designer series paper we're going to use primarily for tonight's card. And I like it's got the balmy blue, the Merlot, the greens, a little yellow in it. And I like the back of that. Excuse me, I have a cough. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. I don't usually have spring, summer allergies, but I think the grasses are really bad because I've been having a lot of trouble with itchy, watery eyes, and I don't usually have that till the fall. The ragweed's my bad one. So, we are going to get started here. Let me pull out what we're going to do. Okay, so I start with a piece of cardstock. I'm using, because this is the designer series paper, the primary piece of designer series paper I'm using. It has the Merlot in it. This is not a color I use a lot, but I thought it was perfect. So we're going to take this cardstock. This is half of an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, so it makes it 8.5 by 5.5. We're going to fold this in half, okay? Right here. Here's my bone folder. Okay, here we go. Okay, and then we are going to cut 1 inch off of here. So we put this up here. 1 inch. There we go. There's that. And I'm going to go ahead and score this in about half. So, half of 5 is, so it's about right here. I'm just going to score this. And this is going to be our little handle there, the little arm. And remember, when you're scoring, you really want to fold toward the mountain. Whoops, I've got stuff falling down here. Here's my calendar. And I'm going, even though this is a small piece, I'm going to give this a good, nice crease because that'll help that lay a little flatter. Okay, now for our designer series paper. And let's talk about this for just a minute. Normally, I would have you cut this at 4 by 5 1/4, okay? And then you would cut off an inch, flip it over for this strip. But I didn't want to use the back of this because I thought this was a little bit too busy with this as the front. So I'm going to pair it with a strip of this that's 1 inch, okay? So normally I would have told you to cut this at 4 inches, but I'm actually only going to cut it at 3 inches. What that allows me to do then is I could actually get 2 of these out of this piece of paper. So there's 3 inches, and then it's 5 1/2. Let me go right up here. You know, if you have something you want to, you can make sure you get the right part of the paper if you want, but there's that. And that's going to be our front. See, wait a minute. Not 5 1/2. I want 5 1/4. So let me take another 1/4 inch off of that. I'm glad I noticed that. There we go. There we go. That's good. Now I'm going to cut 1 inch of this paper. I just think the pink this piece is not as busy as that right there. Okay, so I've got this, and I'm gonna, this is kind of got that uneven look, so I'm gonna cut off the part that's more white, and this is gonna be 5 1/4 also. And then I think we are done cutting. I can get rid of this. Okay. So now we have our designer series paper. This piece is going to go on the front, and I think that just looks gorgeous on that dark Merlot. I'm going to go ahead and put that on there now. Now, I like the back of that paper, but I think it has, I'll find another project to use that on, that side on. Okay, here we go. There's that. Now, I have a piece of basic white cardstock. This piece is 5 1/4 by 4, and this is going to go on the inside. Okay, but before we do that, we have to put our handle or our arm on the inside to hold our closing mechanism, okay? And this is a little longer than I need, so let me get my snips. I'm going to take this off of here. Get rid of that. I'm going to put some Stamp and Seal on there. I'm going to kind of eyeball the center. Let me see. I know I said I'm going to eyeball it. And then okay, right about here. And I'm going to, see I have adhesive on that section. I'm going to just fold it in half. I'm going to butt it up to the edge of that cardstock right there. See? Now I'm going to put this piece on top to cover it up. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to attach this in case I haven't trimmed it. In case something needs to be just a little bit trimmed up. Okay. Yep, I do. What did I do? Is that not the right length? Well, you know what? We're just going to trim that down. It doesn't really make any difference how long it is. Let me get my little trimmer here. Hold on. I'm going to trim that top piece off. See? There's a reason I do it that way. I love that little guillotine. Okay, just put that up. There. Now we're good to go. And we are going to put it right in here. It may have been, you know, I pre-cut a lot of this. I've told you this before. When I get a new package, I usually pre-cut a lot of the basic white to the 5 1/4 by 4. So I may have just miscut that because I have a stack of it on my desk. And it just saves me a lot of time. Okay, so there we go. Now the inside's done. Really all we have left to do is work on the outside. So I'm going to set that over here. And I'm going to use my foam mat because my stamps are photopolymer. And so the 2 inks I'm going to use on this, again, I pulled the colors right out of the Designer Series paper. I have Mary Merlot and Blushing Bride. So when I stamp this sentiment like this, I want the birthday in the lighter color because I'm going to stamp the happy in a darker color right above it. And you know what? I forgot to bring, well, we're going to be okay, and I'll show you why. Go ahead and do this. Let me ink that up, that birthday up. I'm inking it up in the Blushing Bride. I'll put it right there in the middle. I was saying I forgot to bring my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine over here to the table, but we're going to be okay. Now I'm going to take my Mary Merlot. I'm going to ink up my happy. And I'm going to set it right on top so that the PP and the Y, the bottom of it, kind of overlaps the happy. Okay. You know what? I didn't do that right. I should have stamped off on that. And let me flip it over and I'll show you why. I wasn't thinking. Let me re-ink up my birthday in the Blushing Bride. Yep. now we're going to we'll do this again. Got the Merlot. Ink up my happy. I want to stamp off of it. And I just have a piece of scrap paper over there. And what that does is that gets some of the extra ink off so it's not quite as dark. Okay. And where is my other... Oh, I'm losing things, folks. Okay. I had stamped 2 of those already and brought them over to my table. One was stamped off, and do you know what? I can't lay my hands on it right here. Let me see if it's okay. Well, let me close up my ink before I get my hands all gooey. Well, that is not... Oh, you know what? Gosh, if it was a snake, it would have bit me. You know what? They're both here. They're just stacked right on top of each other. Okay, so let me show you my 2 happy birthdays. This is the way it looks when I did it the first time, where I just took the stamp straight from the ink onto the paper. This is the second time when I stamped off. You know, I inked up the stamp, stamped off, and then I stamped on here so it's a little bit lighter. I mean, I think it's a personal preference, but in this situation, I like the lighter a little bit better because it blends into the lighter tones that are already in this paper. So that's the one I'm going to use. And I already have a scallop circle die cut. I used my scallop circle dies. I used that one and this one for the project. So that'll help you. Kind of wish they were labeled. It'd be easier to tell you which ones I was using. But anyway, now you can see it kind of cuts off the bottom of the B and the Y, but you know what? I like it. I think it just adds a little extra interest to it. I'm absolutely fine with that. Put this on here. And again, the great thing about using circles is you don't have to worry about if you stamp straight. You just have to apply it straight. Now I am going to put some adhesive on this. We're going to attach this right on here. And I'm going to put it right here. There we go. Our card's pretty much done, and I'm realizing too that I did not pull out any embellishments to use. So let me see. You know what? I could use these iridescent rhinestones. I could use some brass butterflies, which I've never even opened. Of course, we've always got our good old rhinestone basic jewels. So, and I also have these elegant faceted gems, and I think all of them would be absolutely stunning. But you know what I'm going to do? I think I'm going to use the little butterflies. I haven't used them on anything. And with the flowers, I'm going to put a small and a large butterfly on there, and we're going to call that good. So let me open this up. I was so happy to see that these carried over to the new catalog because I had purchased them and never used them. I know. So, okay. So I'm going to pull a small one out of here. Put a little one up here. Well, I'll put the little one down here. And I'll put a big one up toward the top there, where there's a little more space. There we go. See? We figured out. So that's it. I don't know what this fun fold is called. I don't know. But I think it's great. I think it's very adaptable. And based on what designer series paper you decide to use, that's the theme it gets. So I really hope you like tonight's card. And please comment and share. And maybe I'll be sending it out to you next week. Take care, everybody. You have a great rest of your week. Bye now.